This afternoon we are here because we'd like to take this opportunity to announce that we have further information to communicate to the public regarding the remains that were found in a vehicle on August 12th of 2009. We are specifically referring to the two skeletal remains of two infants. With that, I'd like to ask Sue to come up, and she has some comments. But after that, the sheriff is going to make a couple of comments, and then we'll open it up for questions. Sue?
Thank you. Good afternoon. As we previously reported, both of the infants are between 38 and 40 weeks gestation or post-conception. We're still working on trying to determine if they were stillborn or born alive. That is additional forensic investigation that is going on, and we're looking at a time period of right around 4 to 6 more weeks. The investigation has concluded that the infants are most likely not twins, and it also has concluded what we have been able to find out is they most likely are both females. So we do have the two infants. Lastly, the investigation has identified Katie Stockton as the probable mother of both of the infants. The investigation is continuing, and we are hoping that at some date in this next phase of our forensic testing that we will be able to determine a cause of death or what else was going on with the children. So at this point, that's where we are. I'd like to turn it over to the sheriff. I think he has some things to talk about regarding the investigation.
Good afternoon. Our comments will be brief. It is an ongoing investigation, but really what we're doing is seeking your help. To follow up on what the coroner said, our investigation right now is focusing on the two infants that were found in the trunk of the car. Through information we believe we have identified the father of one of the infants. We are looking at identifying the father of the second infant that was found in the trunk of the car. It is important for us to seek information from anybody that would have had an encounter with or an opportunity to be with or a relationship with Katie Stockton between December of '04 through mid-'07. It's important for us to reach out to anyone, again, any male that would have had an interaction with Katie Stockton in between those dates and times would be important for us to determine and follow through with the rest of the investigation. Yeah, I used the December '04 date simply because that's the date on Cannell Road. That case is under investigation. We can't comment on that one, but that's when our first interaction on this particular case, and then sometime in mid to early '07 is the time frame that we have special interest in. So we would ask anybody that would have an occasion to be with Ms. Stockton between those dates, please give us a call at the Sheriff's Department. Crime Stoppers or Sheriff's Department, we'd love to talk to them.
Questions?
Any additional charges because of this right now, Joe?
At this point in time, the matter remains under investigation. There have been no additional charges that have been issued by the State's Attorney's Office.
Either you, I guess, in Fiduccia, any idea as far as they're not twins, how far apart they're separated out as far as time frame and all this?
No, not at this time, and that's what we're also hoping to find out with this additional testing that we're doing.
Is the father from one of the infants the same father for baby Christo?
At this point in time, we're not going to comment about any of the cases or any of the matters involving the prosecution, an ongoing case involving Katie Stockton. Right now, as we've indicated, of the two infants, one of the fathers has been identified. We're seeking assistance to identify the second father.
So there's possibly 3 men involved.
I'm not going to comment.
The investigation seems to be taking a relatively long time. I know it's a very complicated investigation. Is a lot of this due to the DNA testing and to matters outside of your control? And are you comfortable with the time frame it's taking to get these important tests and information back?
Every investigation is unique, Bob, and the amount of time that it takes is specific to that case And so I would not, in this particular matter, assign to it any unusual timelines that have been going on. I think every case is going to be different, and the amount of time it takes to complete is going to be unique to that case.
As far as any of the fathers, potential fathers are concerned, were they aware of any of the situation as far as these children being abandoned?
I couldn't comment on that, Mark, because that's part of the ongoing investigation, and not only that, some of that information might be a bit speculative.
Can we ask how the one father was identified? Was that through DNA testing or some other way?
Yeah, couldn't comment on anything to do with any particular forensic examinations or investigation.
Obviously, the public has a lot of interest in this case. Is there anything you want the public to know about your efforts to try to bring it to a conclusion and bring whoever's responsible to justice?
Well, at this point in time, as the sheriff has indicated and as the coroner has indicated, this matter continues to be an open investigation. We're working to conclude it as soon as possible, but I think most importantly, as we've indicated today, we really would like the assistance of the public if possible. Individuals that have known Katie or would have been involved with Katie Stockton from 2004 forward are encouraged to come forward and provide information to the Sheriff's Department. We encourage you to do so through Crime Stoppers or contacting the Sheriff's Department directly.
Do you have a better idea now how long the infants were in the car?
Yeah, couldn't comment on that at this point in time. That's part of what the investigation is helping us to determine.
Sue, at the last press conference we had, you said that the twins probably weren't sisters, or that they weren't siblings.
They are probably not twins, but they are sisters.
I mean, right. But last time you said that was probably the case. Today you're saying it's definitely the case.
No, I'm saying that they probably are females, and that they probably at this point are sisters, not twins. What we're waiting for is we have sent the remains to another forensic anthropologist to do an additional studies. We did one forensic testing, and we're trying to do more testing to be able to come up with possibly the cause of death, to see if they were stillborn, to see if they were born alive. So we're doing more in-depth testing, and they also will confirm whether they are females also and whether they believe that they are not twins also.
I think at the previous news conference you did mention that determining the sex would be difficult. How did you get to this point now?
That came through one of our forensic testing. It did come back as being females, both of them.
So is the work of the first forensic pathologist finished then? Is his work done? Correct.
He has gone as far as he can, and then he recommended where we send the two infants, and that's what we have done. So we're looking at another possibly 5-6 weeks, something like that, for more test results. And hopefully that should conclude our testing from what we think.
I'm sorry, how can you tell if they were stillborn or not?
Don't know. That's up. I don't know because I'm not a physician. However, that's what our forensic testing, our additional testing is hoping to do. They've got some things that they're looking for, and once we get their report, then we'll be able to talk about that.
Sheriff, why do you say Katie Stockton is the probable mother?
Coroner's office probably be better to answer that.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. The DNA testing that was done is pointing back to Katie Stockton as being the mother of all three.
But that was something that you announced. I think that's been previously announced, correct?
It was previously announced that Katie Stockton definitely was the mother of baby Crystal. And then it was announced that we believed that it was. However, the DNA testing was not all back. It was back on one of the infants, and Katie Stockton was the mother of that one. We were still doing testing on the second one. That has come back also as Katie being the mother of that child, too.
Sheriff, could we ask you one question?